of the thick of it all. If they don't give me room, well then I'll give them a wall. I'm gonna smoke my tires when the victory calls. I'm gonna be there, be there. I wanna see my face up on the jumbo screen. Feel the white hot metal of a winning machine. Because you win or you lose and there's no in between. I wanna be there, be there, be there.
NASCAR on speed. Be there.
It is time to go racing here at the Hillside International Speedway for the 6th race of the Target Series season. This is the Axalta 300. On the pole for tonight's race, Brandon Beal in the 90. Beside him in second, the 21 of Danny Lloyd. Then in third place, it's Marshall Burrell. Fourth, we have last season's champion Jose Mills. And rounding out the top 5, Samet Osgood in the 13. Then starting in 6th, it's Landon Lyons. 7th place, it's second in points Colton Yo. Jennifer Buford in 8th. 9th place for Brett Sierra. And Anthony Nessie 11 rounds out the top 10. Back behind them, we have the 2 Luke Green down to his inside, the 10 of Keyshawn Richardson. Then there's Riley Spurley Tube in the 16 of Mathis Wells. Then we have Evan Hunter in the 23 and the 66 of Eric Olson. DJ Reed in the 18 and Jeff Bright in car number 1. Then there's Jay Jefferson and Conrad Evans in the 89, along with Ronan Curtis and Ross McTrain the 17. Then there's Adam McDowell and Jake Richardson, along with Ron Siminik and Brendan Sarland in the 36. Then we have Jonathan Buford and Nolan Lawrence, along with Matthew Burnett and Levi Shones in the 08. Then there's Zachary DeLello and Justin Zeidel. Then we have Eli Bright and Jake Galloway, Jordan Stout, Kenny Walrus, points leader Felix Jansen in Code Red, and in the final row, 39th Will Graymont, 40th place, the 74 of Jay Brando. There's our 40-car field for racing here at Hillside in the Target Series. Let's go on trackside to fire these cars up.
Drivers, start your engines!
.40 engines fire up here at the Hillside International Speedway for racing in the Target Series 6th race of the season. 45 laps here in the Axalta 300. This high-banked 1-mile oval shows a lot of passing early on, but as we get laps on these tires, they start to wear out and track position becomes a little bit more important than what it is early in this race. Brandon Beal, Daniel Lloyd, the front row, pace car in. The green flag is waving in the air. We're underway from Hillside. Brandon Beal with a nice jump on the field. Gets away as they're not going to try and battle for second. Pole sitter Brandon Beal lead the first lap of the Axalta 300. Burrell and Osgood move forward to second and third. Burrell looking for a run to the inside turns 1 and 2. Beal got a really nice start right there, but now challenged by Marshall Burrows. The 52 got the draft. Down the back to turn 3, the 52 trying to move out on the 90 as Beal tries to keep the race lead. Off of the corner, Spurley Tube sideways back there. They keep it under control for now. Beal leads his second straight lap of the race, but now Burrow finally has the preferred inside lane and has up from Samet Osgood. Marshall Burrow out in front now on lap number 3. Riley Spurley Tube that almost spin down to the inside, actually gone down to the bottom. Now he's moved up inside the top 5. Brett Sierra through to second in the 9. Keyshawn Richardson with him. Sierra looking to get to the race lead. Behind them, they start to scatter 3 wide. The big thing here about Hillside is trying to stay ahead of the 4 wide. Whenever that happens, it always happens, it seems like, in the Target Series for sure. Staying ahead of that, whenever it happens, that is key to win this race. If you're behind it, you're likely to get caught up in it. Keyshawn Richardson leads in the 10 car. Riley Spurley to his pusher off to turn 1. The 1 of Jeff Bright, last season's winner here at Hillside, coming forward, and he won this race because the tires started to wear out later in the going, and it was harder to pass him. He used that to his advantage last season. We'll see if he can try and time it right again this season to get out in front at the right time. He'll lead the 5th lap here at Hillside. Fast laps here, just over 19 seconds to get around this 1-mile racetrack. These guys are flying, basically 180 miles an hour down these straightaways off into the corners. Conrad Evans hit 181. He didn't have any drafting help in front of him. Evans off the 4th corner. He'll lead the 6th lap. Now Curtis to the inside. So far, it's just a double file cycle. Some 3 wide further back, but up in the front, it is kept constant double files so far. We'll see who is the first of these front 10, 20 drivers to break this double file and make it 3 wide. And McDowell 12 moves low. He'll lead the lap. Now Brendan Sarlin wants to make it 3 wide for the lead. He wants it to turn 1. Nolan Lawrence and Evan Hunter with them. Brendan Sarlin moves to the front, but now Lawrence moves to the inside. Evan Hunter with Lawrence. Evan's going to go middle to bottom right here. Down in front of the 15. It's Matthew Burnett. As the pack flies off into turns 1 and 2, Evan Hunter clears. Now Burnett has a run to the inside, has up for the 7 of Justin Zeidel. Back behind them, 17 went to the top, and Ross McTree will get caught in the middle lane. As down to the bottom with a big push, it was the 92 of Jordan Stout, 28 Code Red moving up along with the 08 of Levi Jones. Felix Jansen started poorly in this race. Our points there now up inside the top 10, and that 61, he's actually inside of 4 wide off the corner. He can actually get involved if he gets clipped. Oh, there he goes, Jansen around with Nolan Lawrence and Brendan Sarlin. Those 3 slam the outside concrete. Our points there is involved. 3 cars and all get collected, along with more Spurley to McDowell and Jeff Wright. Yellow flag is in the air at Hillside. 10 laps down, and many cars involved. Back around front, the 7 of Justin Zeidel. But last season's winner here, 2 Penske cars. And then Sarlin and Points-Lear Jansen go around in this first accident of the night here in Hillside. Caution flag is out. Let's go see what happened. We mentioned 4 wide would be the breaking point of this pack. If when they ever did it, that's when the crash was going to happen. They did it right here as they got 4 wide, and just not enough room. Jansen's going to get clipped by Curtis up into Sarlin and Lawrence. Those 3 hard into the outside, and then right here as they're trying to avoid it, Jeff Wright gets hit by Sprotip up into McDowell. Oh, that is a hard hit for the 1 of Jeff. So I think Jeff had to slow down to miss it. He got low. Sprotip was hard on the gas, and I don't think he was able to stay off of the 1 car and ran into him and caused that secondary accident. Brennan took a pretty hard hit into the outside concrete for sure. And right there, Jeff Bright, Adam McDowell, and Riley Sprotip all involved in that secondary accident. That's a tough. That's tough for them because they had missed the crash. All 3 of these guys right near it, they all got by. Right there, 22 just into the 1. I don't think he expected to turn him like that. And it's going to take a few of these guys out of the race for sure. This accident going to take a few contenders out of the running. So back around to the yellow flag in front. The 7 of Justin Zeidel leads here at Hillside. Looking to make it back-to-back for Junior Motorsports at this racetrack. Zeidel leads the Axalta 300. This is going to be an interesting rest of the race for sure. Coming back green with 30 to go, so there's always the possibility of another yellow coming out. The problem is only 1 car off of that retired, and it was the 1 of Jeff Wright. Spurley is still out there. McDowell is still out there. Sarland is still out there. Jansen and Lawrence. Those 5 drivers all have a lot of damage. I'm not be surprised to see them hold up the pack multiple times, but will we get another yellow to try and change that? Justin Zeidel, the 7, leads the way. Jordan Stout in 2nd. Then Code Red, Matthew Burnett, and Evan Hunter are the front 5. Then you have Shones, McTrain, Minnick, and Evans along with Curtis. That's the front 10 as we're back to racing at Hillside. Zeidel on the gas and gets a nice jump over the rest of the field. Here's the question. How slow are those guys at the back of the pack, those damaged race cars? Already you can see it. The slowest of them being Riley's Brugge so far. There it is. He's going so slow. Jansen, Sarlin, and McDowell also going pretty slow. Lawrence is going slower, but not as slow as those guys behind him. But definitely those 5 are going to be trouble if this race stays green the whole way out. And multiple times. We're probably not just going to catch them once. We'll probably catch them at least 2 times, maybe even 3, depending on if it's Riley Spurley tube. Jordan Stout moves to the front. 07 Bronson Minnick moves to the inside of Ross McTrain for P2. Conrad Evans, the 89, moving with him, along with Ronan Curtis, Keyshawn Richardson, and Brett Sear on the inside. 13 cars, Samet Oskin trying to move forward. As Evans looks low on Minnick, he gets his nose to the inside of the 07. As Jordan Stout loving it as they battle for 2nd, he's able to keep the race up, and now Evans has a run to the inside off to the first corner. Can he make it work on the 92? Stout had to run wide right there because the 89 got down low, and Evans with the drafting help, the 92 no help whatsoever. Conrad Evans going to move to the front right here. Here comes Curtis though, moving to the bottom lane, side by side back around. 19th lap led goes to Conrad Evans. Brett Seaver shuffles out 3 wide for a 2nd. There goes the 9 car. Samet Oskin is pusher. How about Jake Galloway in the 20 moving into contention? Code Red just behind him as Seaver looks for the lead in turns 3 and 4. Behind them, they're starting to scatter again. 4 wide again. Down to the inside, it's Eric Olson. Randall in the middle, Jordan Stout. Up top, it's Conrad Evans. This could be another accident just after the first one. Oh, they're going to sort it. Great job there. Randall still leading on Olson, but they were able to sort back to 3 wide. Amazing job by all those drivers. Oh, they're maybe not done yet. We're going to catch this 22 already. There's Spurley Tube. Osgood moves down to the block. Galloway, who's halted, but Brett Sierra. The outside lane of Sierra, Curtis, Richardson, Keyshawn, that is. Conrad Evans, Justin Zidell, Bronson Minnick, I believe that was the 15 of Matthew Burnett. Can someone get low? Sierra will shuffle Spurley Tube to the outside. Now can Curtis follow through? They might be 4 right around this 22. Right now he's got to get to the middle whenever he can. And some of these cars might not be out of a shot. Eli Bright was also back there. Conrad Evans and Matthew Burnett finally get around, but they've lost touch with the draft so far. 28 Code Red moves to the front in turns 3 and 4s. They caught Adam McDowell and Brendan Sarland. They both halt the pack. And only a few cars have gotten away. Now we got 2 more up ahead of Nolan Lawrence and Felix Janssen. Danny Lloyd, the 21, moves to second. As here they come into the 51 of Lawrence. Right around the outside. Lloyd to the inside. Some contact made, but he gets around. Lawrence very, very close to causing a crash right there. Now Felix Janssen, the next lap car to catch. And Lawrence now on the outside will fade back. 13 still stuck. Cement Oskin cars moving to the inside to get around him. Here we come into the points here. Janssen, he gives way. Lloyd gets by. Walrus gets by. Code Red get halted. DeLello moved to his inside. And now they're going to fill and shuffle that 28 out. McTrain tight down low in the 17. He had to lift. Olsen up the track. As Code Red still halted by the 61 of Janssen. I think right here is a shot to shuffle him out 3 wide. Right there. Turn down. He'll do it. So he lost spots, but he didn't lose touch with the pack. That's the most important thing. Because we're under 20 to go. We know we're going to catch them at least 1 more time, and I believe possibly 2 more times, especially in the case of Riley Spurley Tube. So this is going to be interesting to say the least. As Walrus led that last lap, DeLello moves out in front, and our pole sitter Brandon Beal coming back in the 90. Started on pole, fell back mid-race, and now back up, battling for the lead with DeLello to turn 1. That 90 is still strong, and there's Riley Spurley Tube already again. So we just got done with a cycle of lap cars. Now we're gonna start another cycle of lap cars. Ross McTrain moves out in front. Jennifer Buford, and the 98 also there. Here comes the 4 of Landon Lyons. 20 Jake Galloway second in points. Colton Yo, if he can finish up here inside the top 5, he might gain the points lead from Janssen. Here they come into Riley Spurley Tube. They move low. Ross McTrain somehow found a way down. And so far, Spurgeon not really holding many people up. I mean, he slowed some drivers, but he didn't hold people up. It's a very good job by Spurgeon. Look at them. They're still flying around. So he's done a great job the second time around. He hasn't really held many people up. I mean, he slowed people, but he hasn't kept them behind him. Because now, we're going to catch lap cars side by side. Up in front, it's Sarland and McDowell. They are side by side. McDowell clears it. Sarland clears it. Buford is by. Here comes Lyons and teammate Yo. Galloway to the middle. Beal down below. The other Buford down low. Luke Rainey down low. McTrain will shuffle down in front of Sierra. Burrell's by. Eric Olson holds it on the top side. Code Red. Zachary DeLello as well. Jake Richardson. At the 81 back there of Jose Mills. Richardson into Hernandez. Contact made. They saved their cars though. Back up to the front. Brandon Beal moves out in front of the 90. Nolan Lawrence is in 1 and 2, so we still have a few laps before we catch him. We'll definitely catch those others 1 more time. Yes, I believe now every lap car we're going to catch 1 more time. The 51 and the 61, obviously, and then the 22, the 12, and the 36. Ross McTrain moving inside Jake Galloway right now. Those 8 pull away. Hunter in 9th, Walrus in 10th, going to get caught up in the draft. Zidell, Sierra, and Burrow also here. Those 13 have gotten away from 14th on back. And right now, unless they all get halted by lap traffic, it's probably going to be a 13-car race for the win. As Jonathan Buford, the 00, moves out in front. 11 laps to go at the start-finish line. Second in points, Yo moves to second position on the racetrack and actually moves underneath the 00, side by side with 11 to go for the race lead. Here comes Jennifer Buford trying to get back in the 98. Ross McTrain with her. McTrain will push her to the inside of the 01. Jennifer Buford out in front. She's got it back. She's led laps earlier in this race. 10 laps to go. 10 laps remain in Hillside. Riley's Pro 2 again. We might catch him 2 more times. Who gets around this 22? Here we go. Outside lane for Buford gets around. The outside gets going. The inside gets going. It's Ross McTrain Hill at the worst. Luke Ray the 2 as well. And here comes that secondary pack now. These guys got halted. They have a run now. McTrain trying to get low. Almost caught it with Minnick. And Luke Rainey and Ross McTrain, the biggest losers in this one. They're now out of a shot for the win at the moment. Up at the front, Jennifer Buford leads. Can anyone run her down? And how about Nolan Lawrence, Adam McDowell, Brendan Sarlin? We're going to catch them again. We might not catch Felix Yancey. He's done a great job out there. He's up to speed just a little bit. And I don't think we'll catch the 61. We might catch the 22 again. As Lawrence going to kind of squeeze the 98, but Buford gets around to keep the race lead. But Landon Lyons now on her bumper. They're side by side in front of her. Oh, this is going to be a disaster. Where do you go? Lyons trying to get lower than Jennifer. Jennifer trying to shuffle that 12 out. She'll do it. And that's going to help that secondary pack catch up. The driver's behind Evan Hunter now. They're going to have a nice run. That's Minnick, Oskin, Eli Bright, Jay Brando. Some cars still halted. Oh, Sarlin's going to get down to Yo. The Yo one gets away, but contact made. Now 9 cars break away. Still Jennifer Buford leading the way. Brandon Beal, our pole sitter, up to second. Jake Galway now third. 3 wide behind. And 5 to go for Jennifer Buford. She's dominating the latter part of this race, just like Jeff Wright did last season. Can she hold on for the victory? Galway up to second. Burl looking low in the 52. 16, Mathis Wells, a name we haven't really called at all today. Wells up into contention. His teammate Richardson just with them. 4 to go. Mathis Wells is the only colleague racing car not to win so far this season. The other 2 swept the first 2 races. We'll see if Wells can get to victory lane here tonight in Hillside. He's running out of time. 3 to go at the line. They keep shuffling for a second. Jennifer Buford loves it. She's able to keep the race lead. 3 laps to go. 3 miles left in Hillside. Buford holding out front. Riley Spurrow tube. 1 last catch for him. Oh! Burrow almost spun by Jake Elway. Great catch there. 2 to go this time by. Jennifer Buford still leads in the 98. Kenny Walrus, the 99. Inside for second. All behind that 98. Now, Buford around the outside. Spurrow to Walrus around the inside. Those drivers get away. How about the 19 into the picture of Jay Jefferson? Can he try and get up here to battle for the win? Jennifer Buford takes the white flag with the lead. One more time around Hillside. Walrus in line in second. Does he have 1 charge in this final lap? He has a run to the inside. Jennifer Buford. Side by side for the lead into turns 3 and 4. Walrus inside. Jennifer Buford outside. A last lap pass, and Kenny Walrus wins the race at Hillside. Last lap trauma as they caught Riley's Spurrow tube. Buford swept around the outside. She got halted a little bit. Walrus didn't get halted at all. And driver 99 to victory lane in a last lap pass of Jennifer Buford. Kenny Walrus wins his first ever race. Let's go see the finishing results in the updated point standings. Here's how they finished in the Axalta 300 at the Hillside International Speedway. 1 caution flag tonight for 5 laps and 23 lead changes. 19 different drivers saw the lead here in Hillside. And out front at the end, Kenny Walrus led 2 laps, one of them being the last one, from 36th starting position. He wins this race. Jennifer Buford led the most laps. She dominated, leading 12 of the 45. But a last lap pass relegates her to 2nd place. Landon Lyons ends up in 3rd. Mathis Wells and Jay Jefferson complete the top 5. Then you have Jake Galway, Keyshawn Richardson, Brandon Beal from pole. Marsha Burrow and Colton Yo complete the top 10. Even though Yo got a top 10, Jensen wrecked. Yo still not the points there. It's still that 61 of Jansen. Seidel also led a good amount of laps. 7 here tonight. Ends up in 18th. If you look down lap traffic, not too kind for many drivers that finished down here, like DJ Reed, Jordan Stout, Simon Oskin, Olsen, Luke Rainey, Graymont, Red, Rando, Buford, Evans, Burnett, McTrain, Hernandez, especially Brett Sierra, down last car in the lead lap. That was a car that was running inside the top 15 pretty much all race long. Lap cars that we caught, Jansen we caught once, Lawrence we caught twice, Sarlin and McDowell 3 times, Spurrow 4 times. Jeff Bright, the only car out from crash damages. Let's now go see the point standings. Here are the points after 6 races so far this season. Felix Janssen still on top, but his points lead drops down to only 7 points as Colton Yo still maintains in second. Justin Zeidel is now third in points, Danny Lloyd is fourth, and Zachary DeLello right now rounds out the top 5. Evan Hunter right now 6th in points, Landon Lyons is 7th, Anthony Hernandez, Levi Shones, and Eli Bright complete the top 10 in the point standings. Keyshawn Richardson right now 11th, Jose Mills in 14th, Walrus in 15th, Samet Ozgen in 20th. Those are all our winners so far this season. They're all inside the top 20 in points, only 2 of which are in the top 10 in points. They're Hernandez in 8th and Eli Bright in 10th. Keyshawn Richardson and Jose Mills right now, the 2 wildcard spots. Richardson won at Michigan, Mills won at Watkins Glen. Walrus jumps up to 15th, only 9 behind the second wildcard spot. Samet Ozgen not far back in the 13 either, but he's barely inside the top 20. As we look down at the rest, Reed, Burnett just outside the top 20, and drivers down at the bottom, Luke Rainey, Jay Brando have really fallen behind the rest of the field. We'll see if they can try and catch up at some point this season. 6 races in the books. Our 7th race of the season heads to Boston for the White Castle 300. I'll see you guys then.